60% of people in the UK currently suffer from or have suffered from a skin condition. Some can be particularly distressing to the individual and below the surface can influence their everyday life, how they feel, behave, and how they're perceived by others. In this film for the British Skin Foundation, we hear first-hand accounts of the effects of living with a skin condition.
I'm Joti and I've lived with vitiligo for 25 years.
To give you an idea, this is the patch that I've noticed behind my ear. It's quite a big patch, and it is the same on the other side as well. So yeah, I think so when this sort of thing happens, it does stress me out a little bit, because it's almost like I think I know where my vitiligo patches are, but then I suddenly see new ones pop up.
When I was 21 years old, it stripped me of my identity. It stripped me of my freedom to socialise with people and go out with my friends. It stripped me of a year of university because I had to redo a year. So I didn't take my finals with my friends. I ended up taking a year out. It stripped me of so much. It was really a very, very low time of my life.
I'm Katie, I have acne rosacea. I've had acne since I was 14 years old and I was diagnosed with rosacea 3 years ago. I think it would be quite easy to look at me and say, oh, she doesn't have a skin condition, or it doesn't look that bad, or, you know, I actually think maybe you're having a good skin day. But for me, I've, spent a lot of time and a lot of effort, emotional effort to cover it up, and I've spent 15 years doing that, and quite frankly, it's exhausting. I've had a bit of a flare-up from the weekend, and I'm not sure whether that is from the alcohol that I was drinking or from the sun exposure, but it's flared up across my cheeks and on my jawline, and it's just not made me feel particularly confident or myself when I've been in meetings or on calls. When I look back, I could say that I don't think anyone's actually ever asked me how I'm feeling. So the numerous appointments over the years, from the age of 14 up until now, as recent as 2 months ago, I don't think any medical professional has ever asked me how I'm feeling or how my skin is making me feel.
Well, probably about a third of people, there is a significant psychological impact. For other people, there can be a less severe psychological impact. If you're talking about the sort of numbers of psychologists and psychotherapists working specifically into skin conditions, you're probably looking at about 10, 15 people. We're talking small numbers that specialise in this area.
My name is Joel Nelson and I live with psoriatic associated juvenile idiopathic arthritis. Over the years, I've had lots of negative thoughts. I've been suicidal at times. I'm not ashamed to admit that. And it wouldn't be necessarily because of how my psoriasis made me feel. It was that living that fluid situation.
I'm having a flare of my inverse psoriasis at the moment, which tends to be in quite intimate areas that nobody can see. And you might not be able to see it, but I know it's there. And for the last few days, it's really impacted my confidence. Like, I haven't wanted to go outside as much. I haven't felt sort of comfortable socialising.
My wife and I have been together for sort of over 10 years, and for most of that time I've been fit and well and this sporty guy, and within sort of 5-6 months of my son being with us, I was suddenly on crutches and I had no adaptions. I didn't plan or think about what I needed to do if my arms were occupied, how I would change nappies or get him up the stairs when my wife was working. And this had a real big impact on me, as you can probably tell. And that took a long while to work through that, because it felt like I'd lost the first year, like that really precious but very quick first year of parenting.
I think it's really important, if you're affected by your skin condition, to talk to your treating clinician. And if you're not actively receiving support at the moment, to go and see your GP, and not to be embarrassed about it.
I didn't seek or reach out to any psychologists, but I reached out to the British Skin Foundation and the Vitiligo Society, and they were my main support really in terms of being part of a community.
And now sort of today I do lots of talks and sort of online stuff to try and create peer support spaces for people, and that saved me. Generally, that and my son just completely saved me.
I've become very, very good at hiding it, but I think for me it's got much better over the last few months. I actually managed to get through it Probably the most through speaking to my friends and my family, and also actually at work with my colleagues. It's not something that I've been open with before, perhaps with my team and my colleagues, but I found that actually speaking to them about it really helped.
I feel completely different. I am now in my mid-40s. It's about my skin journey. I'm very happy now and at peace, and I just feel I can be my authentic self, which is very liberating.